Are you sick and tired of those single-digit returns? Bored out of your mind with ESG? Do you look at your portfolio and just think, this is just not apocalyptic enough? Well then, welcome my friends to the only show that matters. This is Madness, Inc. Booyah! See, that's not just some mission statement. That's a monster. That is the mantra for winners in a market that chews up the weak and spits out the timid. So forget your safe bets. Forget index funds. Today, we are hunting for alpha in the abyss. That's right, we are diving deep into the CEO's Gone Mad Index. Now, these aren't companies that pivot, okay? These are companies that fracture the space-time continuum for shareholder value. They don't just want to capture market share, they want to capture all baryonic matter. That's just nerd speak for everything that exists. This is where the real money is made, people.
Okay, so to find the diamond in this pile of planet crackers, we need rules. We're not just throwing darts at doomsday devices here. We are seasoned pros, and we're applying the stone-cold calculus of venture finance.
Just look at this slide. It's beautiful. These are our 4 pillars of profit. First up, TAM, total addressable market. We want markets bigger than entire galaxies. Second, margins. We need a cost of goods sold that rounds down to 0, you hear me? Third, LTV to CAC, the holy grail. That's lifetime value to customer acquisition cost. The idea is you get them cheap and you make them pay forever. And finally, the exit, because what's the point of owning the apocalypse if you can't cash out, right?
So who's stepping into the ring, huh? Who's got the guts, the vision, the sheer unadulterated lunacy to make it into our portfolio? Let's meet the 4 horsemen of the IPO-calypse.
Look at this lineup. I mean, come on. Flat Earth Dynamics isn't debating, it's terraforming. Caldera Crown sees a supervolcano and thinks, geothermal cash flow. Omniside Ventures wants to short the entire universe. And PASS? Oh, PASS is selling pure, uncut, weaponized psychopathy in a clean SaaS model. This is spectacular.
All right, enough talk. It is time for the showdown. The numbers don't lie, people. Let's rip open these pitch decks and see who really has the killer app. It's time to move.
Now, what's really fascinating about this slide is the sheer ambition. I mean, PASS is looking at a respectable $8.42 trillion market. A trillion! But just look at the vision from Flat Earth and Omniside. They aren't thinking about a market on Earth. They're thinking of a market that is Earth. All of reality, all baryonic matter. That is how you justify a seed round, people. Think bigger.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the branding. This isn't just a business plan, it's a movement. Correcting the record. You see that? It's PR gold. You're not just flattening a planet, you are selling the truth. An edgy, razor-sharp, profitable truth.
Holy moly, look at these margins. Caldera Crown is pulling in 75% while the world literally burns. PASS is hitting 83% because, empathy is a liability they've already expensed. But Omniside, a 100% margin? Of course. I mean, when your cost of goods sold is 0 after time equals 0, that is perfect, beautiful, terrifying efficiency.
Okay, quiet down, quiet down. This is important. This slide right here, this is what separates the pretenders from the profit takers. LTV to CAC. How much is a customer worth over their entire lifetime versus what you paid to get them? If you don't know this number, get out of my sight.
15 to 1. Do you see this number? PASS spends $1 to get a customer, and that customer pays them back $15. That's not a business, my friends. That is a money-printing machine powered by moral bankruptcy. It is perfect. It's a work of art.
Now look at how Caldera Crown builds its empire. They aren't just causing a catastrophe, they're structuring it. This is textbook financial engineering. They create the crisis, they sell the solution, and then they trade derivatives on the chaos. They're using ring-fenced SPVs and tranching the debt. That's just fancy talk for making planetary extinction a predictable, securitized cash flow. It is genius.
So you see, the crucial point is this. It all comes down to the exit. How do you, the investor, get your money back? PASS has a plan. Go public, ticker symbol WINR, or get bought out by some big player. It's clean, it's profitable. Omniside Ventures, well, their exit is the heat death of possibility. Let's just marinate on that for a second.
All right, we've seen the numbers, we've heard the pitches, we have looked into the void, and the void showed us a term sheet. It is decision time.
But before we crown a champion, we have to cut the dead weight.
One of these companies is a certified grade A uninvestable dumpster fire, a value trap for the existentially confused. So who is it?
Omnicide. Are you kidding me? 100% profit margin is fantastic, I get it. But it has one tiny little fatal flaw. There's nobody left to spend the returns. Your exit strategy is non-existent. How do I get liquid on my investment when liquidity itself has been deleted from the universe? This is the worst investment in the history of capital. It is a catastrophic failure of fiduciary duty. Sell, sell, sell!
Okay. The dead wood is cleared. Now for the moment of truth. Out of all this glorious madness, one company stands above the rest. One company has the metrics, the model, and the complete lack of a soul to take us to the promised land. What is the play?
PaaS, Psychopathy as a Service. Buy. This is the one. It's a perfect SaaS model with recurring revenue. The TAM is a staggering $8.42 trillion. The EBITDA margins are a beautiful 83%. And that LTV to CAC ratio, that perfect glowing 15-to-1 ratio, this company is a rocket ship, people. And it's fueled by pure weaponized amorality. Get on board or get left behind.
And this right here, this is why they win. This is the mindset of a champion. They identified the single biggest drag on corporate profits, human decency, and they turned it into a line item. They automated ruthlessness. That, my friends, is a moat as wide as the Grand Canyon and as deep as a black hole.
Okay, the market's closing. The adrenaline's fading. Let's just take a breath for a second and think about what we've learned today.
The takeaway here is actually pretty simple. This is not a game for the faint of heart. When you're playing at this level, the upside is unlimited, but the buy-in, well, it might be a small fraction of your humanity. You just have to be willing to price that in.
And that brings us to the final thought, the one question you absolutely have to ask yourself before you click buy on a stock like Pause.
Think about it. Seriously. Because with the right legal team, the right offshore accounts, and an AI that can outmaneuver any regulator on the planet, the answer might just be nobody. And that, my friends, that is the ultimate alpha.